Well, hello, all of my Planet Zoo friends. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we are going to introduce the American alligator into the wetlands area of Nova Heights. If you are just joining us for the first time, Nova Heights is our first real sandbox park that we have been building onto. And just recently, we have created a marsh slash wetlands type of area utilizing beautiful creatures that live in wetland types of area all over the world. So if you've seen the other videos, we've done our beautiful capybaras, and we've done a great speed build for our North American beaver, and now we're introducing the American alligator. The American alligator is an animal that I grew up seeing all the time, and it is a fascinating creature. It is kind of scary if you ever get to see it in person in the wild. But other than that, it is an amazing creature. I think they're absolutely beautiful, and I'm so glad that I was able to add them to this wetlands area. I was having, I just knew I wanted to add one, but I couldn't figure out like the right place to do it. So now I think this is perfect, absolutely perfect. Now, at a later time, I will show you the crocodile habitat that I built in the Africa section of Nova Heights. Now, if you remember, I mentioned there was a section of Nova Heights that didn't get filmed when I was first starting out, and the crocodiles are over there. So I think I'm going to do a workshop Wednesday build where we just show off all the stuff we've already built and then maybe even enhance it a little bit. But I wanted to add the crocodile's close cousin over here just because the alligator is, like I said, something that I grew up seeing a lot because I am from the South. So the American alligator can actually be found mostly in the southern regions of the United States and parts of Mexico. So they live in these swamp type of environments. In where I'm from, it's more of like bayous and swamps and just overall marshland areas. And they are carnivores, so they're going to eat meat, reptiles, small birds. I was also reading how they are very smart, so they are have been known to use tools. For example, they will place like twigs or sticks and balance them on their snout, and birds will come and try to grab those twigs to make nests out of them. And when the birds come to retrieve the twigs, the alligators will eat them. So they're very smart. They are of least concern right now, and that's something that we want to keep. So make sure, like I always say, to take care of the environments that you live in so these animals can remain of least concern and we can continue to enjoy them in their natural habitats. If you're ever curious of the particular conservation status of an animal, you can go to the IUCNRedlist.org and check it out, and they have so much valuable information for you. Absolutely check it out. Now, for this build, I did want to kind of step outside the box. One of the things that I don't do too often is build custom made fences, and that's something I wanted to challenge myself with. I wasn't able to find a like wire type fence, which you may be familiar with at most zoos. It's just kind of like a wire that will hang between these two arch pieces, so that way guests don't fall in. And so I couldn't find that. So for this one, we're going to use a rope. I looked for a while, could not find it. If you know where it's at, you let me know. I will greatly appreciate it. But my goal here was to build a custom fence that looked decent and to just kind of challenge myself to build something that's not in the game. So this fence, I think, comes out pretty well. We are using just a regular rope. We are using the fence pieces, and we are of course sticking to our theme of the wood. So we actually are using some of the same wood pieces we used for the capybara habitat as well as the North American beaver habitat. Now for this particular habitat, I didn't go too extensive into it, so I do consider it a quote unquote finished habitat, but there is most certainly room for improvement. It's definitely something that I want to save for a later time because I feel like this habitat can really just grow. Planet Zoo has so many wonderful features, and I feel like I'm getting better every single day. So I want to save some of these older projects and come back to them later and see how we can enhance them. So you may say it doesn't look completely finished. Some of that's on purpose. Not all of it, but some of it. Now, if you ever like any object that I make in one of my builds, first of all, I'm very flattered and I do really appreciate it. And if you would like, I will try to upload them to the workshop. I haven't never done that before, so that would be an exciting thing to learn. But yeah, I would love to share with that. And if you have a cool fence that you want to try, or if you want it to be shown on one of the builds one day, just let me know so I could check it out. But yeah, absolutely. The workshop, there are some amazing creators out there who create amazing pieces. So I hope to be like them one day. If you haven't checked out the workshop, make sure to do so. I check out my workshop through Steam, and I'm not sure where everyone else checks out theirs, but check it out. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, today's speed build is not a very long one, so let's get down to the animal facts. Once again, Planet Zoo has an amazing Zoopedia. If you haven't checked it out, you can do so in the game, and if you don't have the game, go to planetzoo.fandom.com. You can check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. So just some fun facts that Planet Zoo has provided for us. One of them, very fascinating. So, the American alligator's blood is extremely good at fighting off bacteria. So, if the the alligator is seriously injured, there's a very low risk of it getting bacteria, which can be really good, especially depending on where they're found. So, like in marsh areas, if there's a lot of bacteria in the water. I do believe this is also similar to crocodiles. I do believe hearing a story about a crocodile who was at a zoo and actually got his friend, his little hangout buddy, accidentally bit off his hand, but it wasn't something that they worried about because of the ability for their bodies to fight off these bacteria to prevent these infections. So that is actually a direct fact from the Zoopedia. It's very interesting. Also, they may go through 3,000 teeth in their lifetime. Can you imagine going through 3,000 teeth in one lifetime? Also, if you've gone to any zoos or aquariums in the United States, you may have seen a white alligator. There are two different possibilities for a white alligator. It could be an albino alligator or what they call let me make sure I'm pronouncing correct, leucistic. So, regardless of which one they may be, this is very, very rare to see in the wild. This is because one reason is they don't have that protection in their skin from harmful things like the sun. And then also they are easily seen by other predators, especially whenever they're born. So a lot of them don't make it very far. So it's actually a very, very fascinating thing to be able to see them as an adult, because usually they won't make it that far while they're growing up in the wild. So, finally, another little fun fact I find so interesting is that for the baby alligators, while they're in the egg, the temperature of the egg can actually determine whether that baby alligator is a male or a female. So, that's for me, that's absolutely incredible. I love these animals. They're so beautiful. Like I said before, I grew up around them. I hope they stay as long as possible. So make sure to take care of your environment, especially if you are in areas where these animals are. Definitely take care of them. Definitely watch out for them, and learn a little bit about them, and maybe something you never knew. Learn a little bit every day about the animals that are around you all the time. Now, I might have mentioned earlier that this is a shorter speed build today. Um, it's just a nice, quick one, straight to the point. But I also think that it may have something to do with the fact that we are getting better. I feel like as all of us grow with Planet Zoo, we're actually getting much better, which means that, you know, the tips and tricks that take us so long to learn before, we're doing them so well now. So, pat yourself on the back. If you built something and you're like, wow, I did a really good job in such a short amount of time, I must be getting better. Give yourself the credit you deserve. So I'll be letting you go in just a few moments, but as you can see, we are keeping to that wetlands theme. Lots of aquatic plants, lots of rocks, lots of trees and shade. I do plan on adding more around the barrier of this habitat in the future. We have currently 3 animals in this habitat or in this section of the zoo, as well as 2 exhibits. I think maybe adding 2 more animals would be perfect for our completion of the wetlands area, and then I think we'll move on to something else. So this marks number 3, and if you have any suggestions on the next 2, let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all the wonderful YouTube stuff. I do hope you enjoyed this speed build. I hope you learned a little bit about the American alligator, and I hope I was able to help maybe with your Planet Zoo journey. Make sure to stay tuned for the end of this video where we have some really cool little alligator footage for you to enjoy. I will link all of my sources in the description below for you to check out. And I hope you have a great day. I really hope you are enjoying whatever you are doing in life right now, and I hope you'll come back and hang out with us for our next speed build later on next week. In the meantime, have a wonderful day, stay awesome, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
This one is